Now there's a few different ways you can approach this. And they're all valid, probably, assuming you follow the same rules that we've been working on so far. And the first thing I see, and I'm not the only one, the first thing I see is this angle is very large. This angle is very large, right? I can work with this much easier if it's a smaller angle, okay? Now sine is periodic every how many degrees? 360. Every 360 degrees is the same thing. It's the same thing. So I could add 360 degrees to this and it'd be the same. I could take away 360 degrees and it would be the same. And you can see, because this is a big positive number, I probably want to subtract. Do you agree with that? Yeah. So you don't have to put this line in, but just in case you're not quite following, I'm going to take that and I'm going to say that's equal to this. I've shifted 360 degrees horizontally, okay? And I'm still the same. Now, of course, 270 minus 360 will be minus 90. Okay, so far so good?
Yeah.
Which, from line 1 to line 2 or line 2 to line 3? Okay, you need to go back and have a look at our work on periodic functions, okay? That it repeats over and over again. Because there's a big angle, right? And you'll have to do this eventually anyhow. You'll see it. So that this number would be smaller. Because this number is enormous. I have no idea how far 270 degrees goes. To make it easier to work with. Okay, year 11. Are you ready to pick up again? Yes? Yep? Okay, good. So now, I note that what's happening here, this minus sign, right? I'll just put it around the right order. What's happening here is, it looks like there are two minus signs, but there's really only one, right? Really only one. So if I factorize that out, it'll be minus x plus 90, right? So now we can see what direction this is really going in, okay? Now, just before I do that, because sine is an odd function, sine of minus something, right, will be minus sine of the same thing, right? So for example, sine of minus 30 degrees is the same as minus sine 30. They're both minus a half, okay? So I'm going to apply that logic here. For odd functions, that minus sign can creep out the front, right? Because it's an odd function, not because, it's algebra, it's because it's a particular kind of function with symmetry. So I'm going to write it out the front. You happy with that? See what I've done? Because it's an odd function. In fact, you may even like to put over here, as sine x is an odd function. Right? That's the reason why. Okay? Alright, I'm almost there. Sine x plus 90. We looked at this like 10 minutes ago, right? What is this thing? It's cos. It's cos. So now, to convince yourself, because you know what this looks like, let's chuck this in. Sine 270 minus x. Bam. That looks like minus cos to me. Okay. Now, I'll admit there's a lot of lines there, but maybe half those lines you don't need to write. I'm just writing them there to make it really obvious to you what's going on.